Hi, good morning. So I'm going to talk to you about a stretch that I haven't yet done, and it's for your hamstrings. So your hamstrings being the muscles from the back of your leg that go up to your bottom. And basically stretching really isn't that complicated. It is simply stretching one end away from the other. So for your hamstrings, they come in here behind your knee. You can actually feel your tendons too on the outside, and all the way up to the sitting bones and around the base of your pelvis of your bottom. So all we need to do is literally increase this distance from here to here. There's probably not 1,000 ways to do it, but there's quite a few different ways of doing your hamstrings. So I'm just going to cover a few for various different, not ailments as such, but maybe some people have slightly shorter, some people are more flexible. But the key thing that I've noted that when people do it is they forget to take one end away, or they think that they are. But often people will stretch a hamstring and their pelvis will move with their hamstring. So how I can show that to you, all right, so hamstrings come right up here. So here hamstrings are long, but when we're lying down, people tend to just tuck under. So you can see here how it's shortened. So in an ideal world, you want to be a little bit like this. However, most females have a very lordotic spine, so that's not really that helpful. So we need to take that out of the equation and create the stretch from the bottom. So I think the easiest way to stretch a hamstring is on the floor. Now, obviously, if you're out running and stuff, you may not want to lie in the middle of the road. But at home, when you're done, it's really important to do. So all you do is you lie down on your back, like so. Bring myself in. One leg away, which you can just about see, all right? So I'm going to bring that leg away and I'm going to stretch my right hamstring here. So I want you to have a look at my pelvis. So as you can see here, it's slightly tipped. I just want to think about my two sitting bones, which if I'm rounded, they're slightly pointing down. I just want to turn them up. You see the distance has decreased in the gap under my lower back here. Okay, so now they're parallel with the floor. I'm going to stretch this one. So all I'm going to do is think about taking the back of the knee away from this area here. Now, I don't know if I'm lucky or not, but I'm quite flexible. So normal position for a hamstring is roughly a 90-degree angle. So that would be deemed as an adequately lengthened hamstring. So, however, there are a lot of us that can't get to there. We can only do it by bending the knee. So you have options here. Again, as I've said, it's not about here, it's from here to here. So support your hamstring with your hands. If you can't get your hands there, you can use, I've got a band here, all right, and you can use this and give it your support. You can use a long scarf, a towel, a tie, a piece of rope. There's 100 different ways and items you can use to support and hold your leg. And then just literally fix your elbow down on the ground and use two-handed grip from here. All right, so again, all I'm going to do, I'm going to bring that hamstring towards me until I feel slight tension. I'm going to breathe in, and then as I exhale, I'm going to think about my two sitting bones and I'm going to pull them away. Okay, and literally, and lengthen through the other leg. So you're nice and long, and this is how simple it is. So, again, for me, that's not too tricky. I'm just trying to show you because I can come up with a nice straight leg. All right, so what I'm going to do with the band actually, to increase my stretch. Now, as you can see here, see I've gone so far, I'm like, oh great, look at that flexibility. There's no flexibility there. What's happened to my pelvis? It's tipped round, and see how my other leg is coming up? That's why I wanted to do it here. So you can see that gap. Bring that pelvis back to where it should be. There we go. So that is actually my point of stretch. That is the key element that people make mistakes with. How do I get a stretch from here? You're thinking, a slight muscle activation will do the trick. How do I do that? Right, literally, whole leg, breathe in as you exhale, just gently take it down, resist with the hand, so it's just pushing into the band or into my legs, and I'm just gently, 20% effort, pushing my leg down to the ground and resisting with my hand. I'm going to hold that for about 20 seconds. And again, all I'm feeling is slight tension. 20 seconds is an average of what works for most. It doesn't necessarily work for most. Some people have to sit here for not 10 minutes, I was going to say, 30, up to a minute. all right? And some of us have more time than others, so what's the harm? And then all we do is just relax, breathe in, and then I'm going to exhale, and look at that. See? That leg has come slightly closer without any change in my pelvic position. All right, and again, same thing, just push that leg down, hold, 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 hold. Working, and again, the best indicator of how long to hold this active movement, okay, is I can feel a slight bit of tension there, and I'm going to hold it, and I'm going to stay. I'm going to chat away to you guys, and then at some point that tension will release, all right, which is starting to ease now. So I'm going to breathe in here, relax a bit, and then again, as you can see, slight movement. And that's pretty much all there is to doing it. Now, as I've said, I appreciate there are some of us here that can't get to that position. So if you have very, very tight hamstrings, most guys probably can't get maybe beyond that. There are two options you can do here. Now, I've done it here, so hopefully you'll be able to see. Yeah, you can see this ledge. Pretend there's not a gap here. Now, it's called the door frame stretch. So what you do, you fix yourself up in a door frame. So you've got one leg that passes through the door frame, and you lie down, and the other leg is going up against the door frame. Make sure that that leg, okay, you are lying parallel. So I'm slightly squiffy because I'm talking to you all the way down there, okay? So what I'm going to do, my leg is up against the wall, it is straight, and you can do exactly the same thing. I'm going to gently think about just pushing my heel into the wall, holding it, feeling slight tension in this leg here, breathing in. Once that's done, I'm speeding it up, and then all I do to get more of a stretch, I walk closer, go to again where I've got a decent stretch, same thing applies. Lengthen through the leg that passes through the door, and obviously pushing the other one on. So just be mindful that you might not want to use a door that the whole family wants to do. Okay, so that's all we want to do. So it's very, very, very simple. I could have done it there actually. So again, but my leg doesn't go all the way through because I hit a wall. So there's two stretches there for you that give you a good progression. Okay, straight leg with thing, or what we call a door frame stretch. And literally just lie there. All right. And that's hamstrings. There's loads of other ways. I can give you more, but there, for me, I think are the best two. Hope you enjoyed that. See you soon. Bye.